Welcome back, comrades, to Works and Resources Soviet Republic, the Soviet 60s to infinite time city builder, construction management, city management, and deep economic simulator. Really good to be continuing this. I have turned down the music slightly because the music was a bit more intrusive in that first episode, but that's fine. Let's get on with it. I'm quite liking the city so far. We have a good amount of citizens. We're about 1,500 already. And it's going to be a little bit long one today because I want to get a few of the missions done. But yeah, in the meantime, before I start my next mission, and I'm going to work in sort of semi-order here. So we'll do the agriculture first, and then we'll work things like emergency, Soviet university, and coal mining. It would make sense actually to do the basics of agriculture and medicines and emergency first. And then we'll work the left side, and then we'll do the right side, because I'm assuming that you would need the university to conduct research for some of these further objectives. Anyway, before we do that, I want to improve the city. As I say, really good, really sort of intuitive to use. I'm enjoying the layout. I think I've done a good little start here. So we're going to go down here. I found there's the trees and accessories, and you can in fact add a variety of things. So you have trees here along with some bushes. And the same here, but there are some that are locked off because they're not suitable for the landscape, and that's fine. That's good, a good way to keep people coming back, I guess, to play on further maps. And I'm assuming that this campaign will take place on this map. So we're still quite close to the customs. So going back to the decorations, fences. You know, we've got gates, pedestrian gates here, some car, vehicle gates, one there for trains, a park gate. Actually, that might be quite nice to make a nice little park. So let's go ahead and do that. I want to make it from the main road. When I say main road, we can probably just slip it in there, but I want to be able to let everyone go to it, so we'll stick it there. Park gate with I suppose they could go straight through, couldn't they? And then we could potentially put a park there. I'm not really sure how. Let's just try and do a little bit of one here. Again, first time really doing this, just decorating the little city I've got going on. I'm going to use a fence. I'm going to zoom in. As you can see, it seems to be... I don't know if that's the right way for that fence. I don't mind, though. Anyways, better than none. I'm going to choose iron fence. I'm going to go for the big one. Sort of like a gap in it. Yeah, that's the same style, isn't it? Sort of. There we go. And guys, you can use a scroll wheel, by the way, to change the angle of the fence. So, of course, if we put the fence there, it means nobody will be able to live at the side. It won't be able to put any buildings, but I'm happy just to have this park at the end. I'm going to go all the way to the end. There's no point in, unless you want to have... Okay, let's try that. Let's try and do two entrances. I wasn't too keen on that idea, but we can try it. Let's try that. A slight road. Okay, it does fit together nicely. Okay, it's not the biggest park, but I think we can live with that. I mean, the city's coming alive, they'll grow, and in time this may expand. I think the gates are also meant to be pointed inwards like this. Nice though, very cool little feature there, decorating with the park. So I'm going to go down to trees. We're just going to stick a load of... what kind of trees would you have? There's already a few there, maybe a few bushes. Just put loads of bushes everywhere. You can see it is planting them. I'm going to plant some trees as well. So let's plant some potentially beech trees on the outside or inside, wherever you want. Let's do that at the entrance. That should now grow. I'm going to put a few down where the citizens live, at least make it look semi-decent. By the way, you can hold left shift to move in and out fast whilst constructing, or left alt to do the same thing with a bit more of smoother movement. Whereas if you just use a scroll wheel, as you see, it's not going to work. So hold alt, left alt to get that movement. Okay, let's do a little bit of a diagonal tree decoration thing down here. Nice, not too many because obviously they're going to grow, and you don't want to be blocking the apartment's sunlight. Not that there's much here to begin with. By the way, there's a few things we can't really change on this. One of them being the brightness of the game, unless somebody's found a workaround, maybe there's a mod for it. Okay, I hope that's suitable. Oh yeah, the middle part, of course, where the park is. Let's do the park as well. There we go. Now, when these grow out, hopefully it's going to provide that a bit better suburban feel. I say suburban, but it's technically city. Okay, let's move on to our first or second mission. Basics of agriculture. Awesome. So we got another gentleman here. Basics of agriculture. Greetings, comrade. I am Rostia Antonov. Hey, named after well, the name of the Antonov 225 aircraft, one of the biggest in the world, of course. Unfortunately now destroyed, but I'm sure they'll build another one in time. Given enough, given enough time, that is. Anyway, a seasoned farmer of the Soviet Republic, calloused hands and a heart, deeply connected to land, a man of the land there, a worker of a communist state, or in this case, Soviet socialist state. I stand as a testament to the resilience of our people, allow me to illuminate the mechanics of selectivization, a vital step towards a unified and thriving agricultural future for our nation. Awesome. Fields are the lifeblood of the Soviet Republic. Where sowing and harvesting yield precious crops to feed our citizens. Well, yes, you would hope so. And let's just look at the topography once more. So the topography is the shape and the flatness of the land. We are actually in a very flat part. There's a small ridge there, but it's not actually that noticeable at all, and it's not too bad at all. So I'm thinking maybe we could stick the crops on this side, and then we've got train tracks. Let's just pre-plan. I know we can build them, so we might as well. I'm going to pre-plan by putting a few train tracks there too. At least that way, if we need to export or import things, we could do so to these as we choose. Let's do that. We need to put 10 fields. Okay. Wants us to place small fields. Again, you're going to have to do some planning, so we want to make sure that people can get there. It's probably likely we're going to need a bus stop, and we'll just transport them via bus. A good place would have actually been here to put the bus stop, but it's looking like it may be. Maybe we can slip it in here or something, or even at the end. If that doesn't work out, we can figure out some room for it. Just going to decorate that park as well. It's looking a bit empty. So what else have we got here? A few more bushes which are a bit bigger. Let's do that. Scan over the area, and some food just perhaps. Yeah, it's not clicking or planting them, so the land maybe not suitable. Or maybe it is, I don't know. They're not popping in. Spruce? Can we plant the spruce? No, it's rarely not doing it inside this park, oddly enough. Plant the bushes. Beech pine, acacia. Ooh, acacia. One or two in there. It's not really doing it. Pretty bad actually, the park. I'm going to add a path. Might as well add a path in there and let people walk around. There you go, nice little circle. Cool. There's one there as well. Going over the, well, going all over the place. Different variety of paths available too, which is great. We'll see. I would like to see, actually, one thing I just noticed, there doesn't seem to be any benches down here. Perhaps they could consider adding some benches down here. But you do have fountains available, just nowhere to sit. And I can't imagine in socialist state or in that sort of time they wouldn't have had them. They probably would have had many parks with many benches in. So let's stick any fountain. We'll make it look pretty. I say take time decorating, guys. It's your city. Decorate it how you want. And there's no obligation to follow my planning here at all. This is based on my own preferences, of course. Oh wow, it looks quite impressive. It has destroyed all the trees, so maybe we can plant some more. Let's try a few poplars. Yeah, there's not enough soil, not enough fertile soil there. Perhaps there's a way to guarantee you can plant them there. Oh, we got one in. How about that? Yeah, it's absolutely none getting planted. Anyway, limited this window on the benches, but let's get on with our objective. 10 fields, we're going to make sure the districts are connected. There are different varieties of road, but at the moment we've only got the basic asphalt surface, and we do a... Oh yes, we can do a crossing over the train tracks, that's cool. I'm going to build a little route here so we can put the farms next to it. And then hopefully people will be able to travel to work. Best practice is to build a farm first. After you build the farm, you need to build some fields. So it's not giving us instructions to build a farm yet, but that is the recommended method. And tractors for sowing the crops, of course. Combines can harvest, and cover trucks can transport from fields to farm. Let's see what happens when we build this then. Start right at the end. I'm going to build all the way up. Like that. Rotate. Not in an aircraft today, guys, but we're gonna rotating them. Yeah, no, I think probably want to leave a gap, or maybe the farm can go there, perhaps, because we're always going to have to send tractors out, aren't they? Let's try and get this a little bit symmetrical. Hold the left control, you can make a little bit of a finer movement there. But rather than quick, hold control, and it's a little bit better. There's 8. Question is, have we got enough room here now to build another 2, or perhaps I should have built it down in the symmetrical way to the rail and the roads. Oh well, we can always build another 2 here. It's an awful lot of farms though, isn't it? Well, surely we would be better building a small or a big or a medium field, because then we wouldn't have to have as many of them. That's too close as well. Okay, they can just about reach. Let's get rid of that. Technically, we haven't got enough room, but I'm sure we can. Yeah, I don't know if I'd like this actually. I kind of changed my mind a little bit. It seems really like a lot of farms just. Let's get rid of them all. Let's get rid of that road and let's do it a little bit differently. This should be a little bit better. Let's build all the way along there with a nice road. Okay, slight disconnection. Make sure they're all connected, guys. There. So this should now work out a little bit better. I'm a bit struggling to see why they wouldn't just say big farms, but obviously the population probably won't get that big over the campaign, I'm guessing. Let's leave a small gap. It's working out a little bit better on the layout. I think that's 9 there, and then we'll put 1 there at the end, so 10. Yay, we did it. Okay, farms in the Soviet Republic function as vehicle garages and storage spaces, where mechanization sends out tractors for sowing, combines for harvesting, and cover trucks for collecting. Makes perfect sense. We're going to have to delete that one. We'll have to try and restore the road. Again, guys, you don't have to be so perfect like this. I'm just going to get it perfect so at least we can have a decent first looking map. But yeah, very strange layout there for the farms. I'm not sure how the farms are going to cover them all. That's a lot of land. It's like 30, 40 acres or something. Okay, small farm. Here's the room for it, so we're going to stick it right here. There seems to be a road, but there also seems to be those yellow things. I'm assuming they're for factory connections, so this might not even work out how I planned it. Let's try it there, and then we'll build a road. Super. How's our supermarket doing? Doing pretty well actually. There's a lot of shoppers. We got a message on employment. Again, I can't really do much about it, but hopefully the farms should start employing people. Our first workers in the Republic. Plus they can work in the cinema, you know, the pub and the shopping centre, so that'll give some people work at least. Okay, ensure every field is connected to the farm, so we're going to click it, and as you can see, as I suspected, we can't actually reach them all because they're too far. Oh, there they go. Connected to all of them. Purchase the... or send to the farm an existing tractor, cover truck and combine. Oh wow, cool. So we have a variety of vehicles available. It's yeah, as I say, guys, it looks overwhelming, but actually the user interface and the ability to hide most of it as well. You can also press G. It makes it super easy to use. I think it's pretty intuitive, as I've said before. And also you got this like variety in vehicles, which is another point I wanted to raise. The diversity here with the countries, obviously former Soviet states, so Soviet Union is an obvious one, but that could technically be anywhere, but you would assume that that is the Russian state, so Soviet Union will be the Russian, what we know as Russia today, and back then of course. Then we've got Czechoslovakia, Poland, and I'm assuming there's more in the game. So yeah, good variety and diversity there in the vehicles. So let's get our, what do we need? We need a tractor, a combine, and a cover truck. Do that. Liquid fertilizer increases your yield and is spread using tractors after fields are sowed. Brilliant. Purchase or delivery liquid fertilizer. Okay, so let's click on the farm. Oh wow, we can see our first vehicle. Our first little tractor there going out to work. That's really nice. Nice little touch there with the sound effects, and also just the ability to see the vehicles parked up. And again, the details, the graphics aren't like, you know, they're not super amazing for a 2024 game, but they're pretty good. And they're pretty impressive, and I'd say that it looks, you know, very communist. Let's click on this. Let's get our resource. So here we purchase, using rubles, we purchase our resources. Let's purchase some fertilizer. I'm assuming based on 10 fields. I don't know how much we're going to need. Maybe 16 tons. There you go, filling up. And we do have a couple of silos there, or silos for storing the crops. Brilliant. Sow at least 10 fields. Now we need to wait for the seeds to be sown and the plants to grow before we can harvest our crops or use food. In food and various other industries, you can purchase more tractors to speed up the sowing process. Okay, let's do that. Let's purchase a couple more tractors. Let's purchase 3 more tractors. We'll keep 1 combine and 1 truck. Seems like it could take a while, guys, to do this. Yeah, just a nice little bit of fun. Really cool. View this vehicle. almost like a cinematic ride along, isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of like a ride along. I wonder if we can do that. Dynamic follow camera. Oh, well that's nice. And then you got first person, what, FPS camera. Oh wow, you can even do a proper ride along. Let's look at that, guys. That's impressive. So you can actually see the guys going through the farm, cutting the fields. There's nothing in it, of course, but he is cutting it. Yeah, very cool. I like that feature. Very much like City Skylines and Tropico being able to see the citizens from first person. Although in this, I don't think you can click on individuals. No, so there's no individuals there, but you can do it through the buildings, which is good as well. So he wants demands food and culture. He should have both. He should have access to food and culture. The culture is the cinema, which will be displaying, of course, communist propaganda and socialist revolutionary material. Right, in the meantime, we've got 1,500 people. Let's perhaps consider growing our city a little bit. No obligation to, but I feel like we should. Let's go ahead and make another district. And we'll keep those main arteries going for the road for the city. We'll just allow everyone to get from A to B pretty easily. There we go. And I'm going to do a similar thing to this. We're going to do a road through the middle. And we're going to put some buildings in a similar sort of manner. Hopefully they'll all have access to the same things like these stores and things. So let's see if it'll work out. And I want to go for something different. So rather than large, maybe some brick flats. Rather than these huge brick flats. Because these can still fit 110 people. I guess what angle do we want it at? Do we want it at that angle? Try that. Okay, looking pretty good. And do we flip it or do we just keep it in the same way? Let's try that. Bit of experimenting going on here, I don't really know. Okay, there's barely any room there. I don't really want to squash the buildings so close together, so let's just cancel that. Let's add a big one instead. Excuse me, everybody. Can't believe that I didn't silence my phone for this. We're not allowed the phones in a socialist state. Right, there we go. I think that'll be fine. We'll leave a little bit more room. I'll flip that so it's just a little bit easy for the paths. And I'll do the same thing there as well. Okay, nice. Looking pretty good. I really like these ones. I actually like them more. The others are big and can fit more, but they got that, like I say, communist socialist look to it. Really plain, really depressing. These ones at least have a semi-decent cultural look to them. You know, they look like they'll age well. And we'll do the same thing with the paths, the same thing we did earlier. We'll have it going right through. If we can. There we go. Yes, I quite like the combination. One through, perhaps through there. Yes, turns out that it's a little bit tighter than I expected. Brilliant. Still looks great, doesn't it? It's a little bit more spacious than I was hoping for. I'd like them to be a little bit more cramped in like this, because it's how they used to be. And also, diagonals, not really... Like, sure there are diagonal ones now, but really back then they were all squashed in symmetrical squares, weren't they? Around the perimeter, so it would have been inside all the way around. I'll try it on the next one. Let's connect the paths up for now. No obligation to do any direction, guys, to do it where you want. I think that's the back, is it? Looks like the back. We're going to have to add another path in there. All the while we're waiting for our fields to be sown, and then when we have enough fields sown, hopefully they will start to produce crops for us. A bit in there, a little bit tight on the corners. There we go, everyone's going. It looks like they may be able to reach those buildings. I think all of them are connected. Welcome to the Soviet state. Don't want to do any terrible accents again, guys. It's too embarrassing. Right, so I want to do something else now. Check the building's distance. So, easy way to do it. You can spend your time and waste your time clicking on the buildings, the houses, or you can simply click on where you want them to go. Hover over the humans, it's sign symbol, as you can see. So it actually goes up to 350 meters. It's strange because that's 350 meters, but that one back there is 279, and that one's clearly further back. So I don't know what's going on there. These ones here are too far away to reach them, which makes me think we should just delete them. Or we could possibly build another shopping centre there. An ambulance not arrived. We haven't got a hospital yet. Yeah, so maybe a case of adding more paths here, potentially making a cut through for the stores. Same with cinema. Now if we click on it, let's check the pub. The pub can't be reached. Cinema can be reached? How odd is that? Okay, there we go. So now it's reaching those buildings. Just added a few more paths. Yeah, odd. So the cinema and the shopping centre are actually fine. Reaching up to 340 meters, which is impressive. But the pub probably needs a path, I think, through here. And then it will probably connect. So let's try and do that. Let's do a direct path. Okay, there we go. So that works. That direct path cutting through will now allow people to access pretty much everything, minus one apartment block. But we'll call them an experiment and laugh about it afterwards. Anyway, 6 out of 10 fields. Our free tracks is doing an amazing job. Train tracks, so possibly we can add a train station here. There are big ones available. Cargo and for citizens. Let's add a few more trees. These look like a bit high end compared to those other ones, so we'll add some poplars, so they're a little bit more on the pricey side. Again, less is more on this, I think. Too many and it's going to look like a forest, isn't it? And you wouldn't technically find a lot of trees next to roads anyway. Not in this kind of place. It's mostly next to paths and in the parks, and even then it's limited. I think that's it all done. Nice little poplar growth going on. How are our other trees doing? So these are looking quite nice as well. I wonder if we can reach the sports field. No, so I'm going to build another sports field over here. Get a football field, a tennis court. Let's put a tennis court, and we'll do the same thing. We'll put it right next to them. There you go. That should allow all citizens in the area to reach it. yeah, so that covers this district, well, this side of the district anyway. It'd be nice if you could see them going in and playing games. I don't think you can. But yeah, a few things to change, potentially in updates, maybe see some people playing here on the football field. Our pub and shopping centre absolutely rammed with people. We've got like 120 people at the moment. Anyway guys, it's probably going to take a while till they sow it, so I'll cut this out and I'll see you when it's done. This is the city so far. We've got 2,600 people already. And look at how alive it looks. They're just about sowing that last field. Well, I am on a roll with this one. I think we can hopefully, at this rate, get up to about 10,000 people relatively quickly. And everyone's going to have access to the resources they need. The food, the pub and the cinema. They've got access to sport. There's a small park here to cut through, although whether or not anybody's actually going to walk around it, I don't know. Let's see, will they visit it? No, so I guess it's just a cut through for the time being and also a road at the same time. Really nice. So this is the last field guys, slightly outreached the farm but it just about made it. Last field sowed. Mission complete. Alright comrades, let's see you on seeds are on the ground, or in the ground. Now we wait for the harvest, remember? Together we make these fields flourish and the Soviet Republic will thrive. Actually comrade, that's a mistake. Our Soviet Republic will thrive. When the time comes, the covered trucks will swiftly collect the crops and bring them back to the farm. Keep working hard, for prosperity awaits us all. Awesome, so we're on a roll. In a short amount of time, we're probably going to be able to feed the entire world. Right, next mission. I said I wanted to do emergency medicine first, so I'm assuming emergency services. Let's do that. Kirill Petrov, here to guide you through the importance of hospitals. Yes, Kirill, very important. Focus on public health and well-being, of course. Hospital stands as pillars of care and compassion, safeguarding the vitality of our nation and its citizens. I pray it does. Pray it does. Hospital service is a crucial hub of healthcare in the Soviet Republic. It is essential that citizens can access it, but it's okay if some of them had to take transit vehicles to get there. Be sure to set up regularly running transit lines to give everyone access to the hospital if it can't be reached by everyone on foot. Okay, so he's talking about buses and probably trams and other forms of transport. In that case, we may have to connect these two districts via a bus stop. So what I'm going to do is go onto roads and transportation. Across the bus stop, I'm going to make a couple of bus stops now. I'm going to create a line running from one to the other. Or then again, perhaps not. The hospital was going to fit somewhere along here. Maybe up here, maybe a little bit out of the way. Topography in that area is actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and do that. We have this one, and this small clinic. This is 260,000. Jesus, look at the size of that. Or we have this one, which is a little bit smaller. Let's go ahead and stick it there. We stick it at an angle. We make it semi isolated. There we go. Connect our road up. Cool, so they should all have access to the hospital. If not, I will add a bus stop. Maybe around or near there, and then a few more. The hospital requires an educated force of doctors, as well as staff with basic education, plus a fleet of ambulances to reach citizens. Okay, that sounds fair enough. I've actually put it the wrong way, guys. Jeez, how embarrassing is that? I was meant to put it facing the other way, so that the car park was behind it. Oh well, that's fine. The people can walk in there anyway. Right, hospital done. It looks really, really gloomy. I wouldn't want to stay in there. Brutal. Okay, there's a road connection, so it seems to be able to connect to everything, and everybody can access it. That's actually a real surprise. Everybody's within 378 is the longest, 362 meters, but everyone is generally within connecting road distance, which is great. So we're going to go approach an ambulance. And again, the variety in vehicles. So Latvian SSR, it's Czechoslovakian and Poland. I'm going to go for the Latvian ambulance. Let's see, so it says 90 kilometers max speed. Then again, this Czechoslovakia one is 100 kilometers. Yes, I'm going to go for the Czechoslovakian one. Well done, comrade. With the hospital in operation and equipped dedicated doctors, staff and ambulances on, citizens can receive timely and qualitative medical care. I advise you to keep an eye on health level while people displayed in the bar at the top of the screen. That's up here, by the way. It's a obvious symbol. It's actually pretty good at the moment, 87. But it tells you what they're dying from. That's frightening, doesn't it? So reasons for decrease. Small amount of deaths there from drinking alcohol. The majority is cardiovascular though, which is pretty accurate. So we're going to have to make people healthier. Perhaps some more sport places will do it. Yes, okay. Fidei Antonov, another Antonov, must be related. A chief firefighter of the Soviet Republic with extensive experience in fire safety and disaster response. Nice one. Will be guided in setting up and operational fire stations and implementing effective fire prevention measures. Let's work together to ensure the safety of our people and protect our nation from the threat of fires. Yes, we fight fire with water. Fire station is vital for safety. I won't read it all, guys. I want to read it for you so you can all hear it and understand what's there. Basically, we've got to build a fire station. And the ambulances are... Look at that! That's well nice, that's well cool. Driving around, picking up patients, taking them to the hospital. Quite a lot of doctors already. We've already got 24 doctors working there. Cool. Fire station time, again, choice of sizes. Those are pretty big ones. Let's go ahead and stick that. Maybe over here. A little bit out of the way, I think. Or even, in fact, let's just stick it there to the hospital. I don't know what I'm procrastinating on. Let's stick it there. Really good buildings. I hope the devs continue with this game because it's looking really enjoyable so far. Sweet. We got 4 spaces there. Can we move that out? Oh, we can move that out of the way. That's good. Yeah, it's a very nice little fire station. So for a functional one, we need 5 trucks that are ready. Brilliant. Again, Czechoslovakia or Poland. What's got the top speed? In this case, it's Poland. We're going to go for... I think the hospital requires an educated workforce of doctors. Right, there may be a glitch there because the mission for the hospital is complete. It's already got staff and doctors, but it says we need it still, but I think that should say the fire department. I just purchased 4 of those so nobody gets worried we're not going to be taking care of them. 4 nice little trucks parked up in there, and we need firefighters, so we'll wait for people to go and work there. And again, it can reach the majority of people. Yeah, so that is a slight bug though, some kind of bug there with the description. Here's a fire started. Where? Gives you a nice notification, fire spread to another building. Oh, there it is. Firefighters are going. Look at that guy go, he's zooming. Just follow him. Well, I thought he was faster than 90 kilometers, but they're slow. He's going 35, the other guy's going 40. 16% on the fire. Oh no. The ambulance still going around, still collecting people. That's insane. Maybe we need another ambulance as well. I'm gonna purchase another one. Yeah, because that's like constantly out, constantly going out. Let's purchase one more to help them out. Why is getting put out from the firefighters? We can do a damn better job than this. Come on, the 5%. The fire rises. Recently we faced a bad luck as the building caught fire. However, thanks to our preparations, firefighters swiftly responded. Brilliant. This incident serves as a reminder of the importance of our vigilance and readiness to ensure the safety and security in the Soviet Republic. Ah, thank you, Spasiba, comrade. Right. That's basics of agriculture and emergency done. The next one we will continue will be down the industry right side, I think, down the left side, so it will be clothing and then food. And that'll be in the next one. So everybody, again, if you're enjoying this and you're liking the look of the city, I am. And liking the look of this, liking the look of the experience in general, then yeah, keep watching and the series will continue. So thank you, and see you in the next one. Take care.